Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida.
Good morning and welcome to Hooked on the Palm Beaches. I'm your host James Currie and I'm fishing this morning with young Kepa Mendia, the son of legendary Palm Beach surfer Peter Mendia. This morning we're going to do some urban fishing in the Palm Beaches. We're going to head in to this amazing place called the Corner Store, which is an icon of fishing in Palm Beach. And we're going to go in here, get some bait, some shiners, some shrimp, and go out there and catch some, hopefully some peacock bass, some largemouth bass, and whatever else is out there. Stay tuned, for we're going to get hooked on the Palm Beaches. Woo. Let's go. There he comes up. Woo, look at that. Pretty fish.
We got a big one, boy!
I don't think it gets any better than this.
I just cannot believe how many fish there are here.
This is why you come here, this is why we do what we do. Off of Palm Beach, bro. This is the kind of Jurassic Park stuff that lives out here. Woo! We did it, Bubba. Nice one.
It blows me away the fishing opportunities that we have in and around Palm Beach County.
Some of the best game fishing that you can have in the entire world. Hey Rob, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. James? Nice to meet you.
See you,
Hey,
man.
what's up, Mr. Kepa? Hanging.
What's going on? You got some good bait this morning?
Absolutely, nothing but the finest.
All right, well, we're going to need a bunch of shiners and I think some shrimp will be great.
Alrighty.
Tell us quickly about the Corner Store and how long it's been around and what you can get here. I mean, you get just about anything related to fishing, right?
Yeah, we've been around here since 1976. We evolved into a bait and tackle shop, fine wine and craft beers. We have about 982 craft beers, 120 wine facings, all the beer, bait, bullets, and tackle you want here in Palm Beach County. And we've been an icon here and established it for a long time.
So the Corner Store is like a candy shop for fishermen or anglers because you've got everything you can think of here. You've got artificials, you've got hooks, you've got bait, you've got fluorocarbon, you've got all different types of line. This morning, we're targeting peacock bass, largemouth bass, and maybe some small tarpon as well. So what we're looking for is very light fluorocarbon and also some very small hooks. These here are my favorite, these little mosquito circle hooks. These are awesome. They're gonna do the job perfectly. And let's try get some 15-pound fluorocarbon.
Fluorocarbon, absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, see you right up there, Kepa?
Kepa, you're too short to grab that.
Yeah, if you can't find everything at eye level around here, you have to look up because all the rafters are all full of all kinds of good
That's
product.
the good stuff right there.
Yeah, if you see the building was constructed in 1969. The whole building is made out of complete wood and it's all bolted together. And here is our collection of animal heads and heads throughout the years that we've put together in here to display to our customers and our patrons. Right there we got our exotic Florida parrotfish that lives off the coral reefs here in Florida. Our unique species of the mutton snapper. Now we have our other that hangs around the pilings and the bridges, our sheep's head. Right here is the jackalope. This jackalope it's very rare, you can hardly ever see it. This jackalope here came from the border of Georgia and Mexico borderline. And the only known predator of the jackalope is over here, which comes almost from the same area, but in the glades. It's called the squirrely gator.
Wait, Georgia-Mexico border? I mean, really? Well, we've got some trophy bass over here. And you know, Florida is well known for the Florida strain of largemouth bass. And you can see these guys can get big.
That's old Florida tarpon, old Florida sail, old Florida king. How many dozen shiners would you like there, gentlemen?
3 dozen.
You got it.
So this is the back of the Corner Store and this is the money spot because this is where all the live bait are. I've got my trusty Engel bait cooler here. You can see it's been pretty well used, but these things are awesome. They keep your bait at a constant temperature. Got an aerator over here and we're gonna first start off with getting some nice shiners for this morning.
34, 35, 36, and a couple more for good measure just in case.
All right.
You never know, might be the lucky one at the end that catches. Or the first one. These are all Florida wild-caught shrimp. They come out of down in Miami in the Bay, Crystal River, and on the West Coast in Tampa. Now, Mr. Kepper, what would you like? You want hand pick or you want regular there on the shrimp today? 13, one on the baker's dozen. And like I say, a shrimp guaranteed to catch fish or die trying. There you go. Can you get that little guy?
Thank you for getting us the bait today, Robert. And I'll see ya.
Well, good luck, Mr. Kepper, and just quit the wishing and just keep on fishing.
Let's go fishing!
There you go.
We'll be right back with Hooked on the Palm Beaches. Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida, and by Pelagic High Performance Offshore Gear. Urban fishing in the Palm Beaches is one of the coolest things you can do because you don't need to go through the hassle of launching a boat, getting in the water, going through an inlet. You can literally drive around, find these amazing little fisheries in the Palm Beaches. What I tend to do is look at Google Earth and try and find really, really cool little spots of water, and then I zoom in and try and see if there are any fences that would restrict access, and that's where you can drive around and go and fish. And you can catch anything from freshwater tarpon, sometimes even freshwater snook in these lakes. There's great peacock bass fishings in the canal system, also largemouth bass. There's jaguar cichlids, there's Mayan cichlids. There's a whole different variety of exotic fish here in South Florida. I've even heard of people catching snakehead right up into Palm Beach County. So it can be fantastic fishing. Just remember always to check where you're fishing. You don't want to fish on any private or restricted land. So watch out for any keep out signs or no fishing signs. You want to abide by those and try and find those spots where you're actually allowed to fish. We're fishing with shrimp this morning. A lot of people will actually hook the shrimp in the tail. I don't like to do that because it restricts the movement of the shrimp. So I hook it right through the ridge at the top of the head, just making sure that I don't go through the brain. And in that way, the shrimp will have a nice natural movement in the water. You can see the hook. That's the only non-benefit to doing that. But again, the movement is not restricted, which is a great plus. It's what we do. I'm on. Somebody's just taken my shiner. Yep, I got him on. Oh, it's a nice little tarpon. There he goes. Woo, beautiful little fish. Let's see if I can get him in here. Oh, he's off. Tiny little juvenile tarpon here in a little freshwater lake.
That's a micro tarpon.
Well, that's what we call a Palm Beach release, a nice small juvenile tarpon. Obviously, as these tarpon get bigger, they'll head out into the open ocean sometimes, but they can live in fresh water. They can live in freshwater, saltwater, brackwater, pretty much anything, and they can also live in water with very low oxygen content because they actually breathe air. So when tarpon roll, they're rolling on the surface to actually get air into their air bladders. Got a nice Mayan. Bring it up. Nice Mayan. Beautiful. Talk about that fish, Kepper.
This is a Mayan cichlid. They're very beautiful looking. They almost look like peacocks, kinda, with their spot on the back. They're fighting little fish.
Got a little tarpon on here. Hold on. Oh, yeah, and he's off again. Another little tiny tarpon. This is awesome fun. That's about the smallest tarpon I've ever seen. You can see what they do is they descale the fish sometimes before they eat them, and that's what you want to do is give them some time. You can see the scales taken off the shiner right there. And this is pretty awesome. Let's give it another go. Tiny little tarpon going for these shiners. Very cool. That was a pretty awesome thing to see. That's about as small as they get, that little tarpon there.
What's so cool about these tarpon is that they can go from 2 pounds to 200 pounds, and their scales when they're 2 pounds are like this big, and their scales when they're 200 pounds are like that big.
Awesome saltwater species caught here in a freshwater pond in Boynton Beach. Now we're going to go head off and try and see if we can catch some peacocks. Stay with us on Hooked on the Palm Beaches. Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida, and by Pelagic High Performance Offshore Gear.
Well, we've just arrived at an awesome little pond in West Palm Beach, and I'm going to give you a little tip for peacock bass fishing. Remember that when you get your shiners from a bait shop, the water in the bait shop is generally going to be very cold. Sometimes upper 50s, low 60s, and you're going to take these shiners and throw them straight into 70, 75 degree, 80 degree water. It's going to shock those shiners. So what I always like to do, head down to the water source, put a couple of cups of the local water in with the shiners, and just get them acclimated to the temperature so that they're not going to die the moment you throw them out. Let's try catch some peacock bass. Oh, I'm on. I'm on. Oh, nice fish. Beautiful Florida largemouth bass. This little pond. The water's just starting to heat up here, so probably around 70 degrees. And these little fish are starting to get active. We'll let this guy go. Beautiful. Now, let's try and catch the peacock bass, which is actually not even related to the largemouth bass. But let's see if we can catch some of those. These are native, and peacock bass are actually invasive. So let's see what we can get. All right. Nice peacock. This is a peacock. Big one. And a big one came up afterwards. A giant one. Huge peacock came up behind this guy. I got the little guy. Oh, that was a big pea, dude. Oh, that was a giant peacock. There we go. Look at this little peacock. But the most cool thing happened is, check that. It got grabbed over here by a giant peacock, maybe 5 times bigger than this. Kepper's going to try and catch the big peacock right now, but he went straight for this little pea and tried to eat him. Such beautiful fish. Look at the spot on the tail there. Vibrant colors. Let's let this little guy go. He had a close shave. This is so cool, literally just pulling off the side of the road and catching peacock bass and largemouth bass here in urban Palm Beaches. Nothing really gets better than this. The bass are biting. We've just had a cold front through, and it's just the end of the cold front, and these fish are active right now. What I like to do is, quite often I just jerk the bait a little bit, and it creates a lot of interest, and it also wakes the bait up. Because sometimes shiners will just lie on the bottom. Let's see if we can provoke a strike here. Oh, Kepper's got a nice little fish there in the lily pads. Nice peacock. This is just so perfect for kids. You know, you can just drive down here. It can be 5 minutes from your house. You can find one of these ponds. You know, take the kids out, take them fishing. And it is just awesome. They have the best time.
Nice little peacock.
Nice fish. What is this? Oh, it's a crappie. Yeah! How sick is that? Woo! This is a nice fish, man. Yeah. Look at that beauty. There's a nice black crappie. One of the native fish here in Florida. Look at the beautiful colors on that fish. So this morning we've caught largemouth bass, peacock bass, tarpon, little tiny micro tarpon. We've caught this guy, and we've caught Mayan cichlids. So 6 species of freshwater fish in just a couple of hours. Let's let this crappie go, although I believe they are delicious. Well, I think we've overstayed our welcome here at this little lake in West Palm Beach. We're going to try head out to another spot. We caught some nice variety this morning. Let's get out of here, Kepper. Oh, he's got a fish. He's got a nice fish.
This is urban fishing in the Palm Beaches. Stay tuned for more.
Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida, and by Pelagic High Performance Offshore Gear.
Nice fish. Nice largemouth. It is. It is. Oh, here we go. This is actually my spot for peacock bass, but you never know what you're going to get. Well, Kepper's got a fish here. What is it? Little pea? Oh, it's a tiny peacock. And here we've got a nice little 2-pound largemouth bass. Pretty fish, such good condition. Let's let this guy go. Look at the size of that mouth. That's what gives him their other common name, the bucket mouth. And this is the Florida strain of largemouth, which has been introduced into many parts of the world as a game fish. People will come down to Florida to catch these fish from all over North America and other parts of the world. One of the most iconic freshwater fish in the world, the largemouth bass. Let's let this guy go. Well, Kepper just got another largemouth. I think this is fish number 14 of the morning. Couple of hours, 5 or 6 different species. What an awesome opportunity to fish in urban Palm Beach. And from here, we're going to take you to the West Palm Beach Fishing Club, where we're going to take some urban kids out into the ocean.
Time to listen up. We're getting ready to go out on the boat. Are we excited? Yeah. All right.
This morning we're out with the West Palm Beach Fishing Club, one of the oldest fishing clubs in all of America. Every year for about 3 days in summer, the fishing club organizes these excellent excursions for kids from diverse backgrounds from the Palm Beaches that come here to learn about fishing, they learn about conservation, marine resources, and they learn about the wonderful pastime, one of America's favorites, fishing.
This is our 32nd annual Kids Fishing Day program. We've been doing this for a long time. We've had almost 14,000 kids go through this program. It's a combination fishing adventure marine education program where we reach out to youth groups in the community, church groups, mentoring groups, boys and girls clubs, city recreation departments, and try to target groups of kids that really don't have the resources or the opportunity to experience what it's like to go out on the ocean on a big boat. For many of the kids that participate, this is a brand new experience. They live here in Palm Beach County, a wonderful coastal community, yet they've never been on a big boat on the ocean. And so the purpose of the program is really just to open their eyes and to give them an introduction to a really special part of where we live. But it's really about just the introduction and trying to teach them some good skills so that when they go home with the brand new fishing rod that they get at the end of the program, they know how to tie a knot, they know how to bait their hook, they know how to cast the rod. And we talk a little bit about marine conservation, the importance of fish habitat like mangroves and seagrass. We give them a little biology lesson on the morphology of fish. So it's like an outdoor learning classroom with a fishing adventure portion of the program. And like I said, for many of the kids, this is a first-time experience. Just the boat ride alone is a really exciting thing for them. And it's a community effort. I mean, the West Palm Beach Fishing Club's Charitable Foundation is the one that produces the event, but we cannot do this without all of these community supporters like the Marine Industries Association. We have lots of family foundations and local businesses and individuals that support the program by sponsoring a child or two. And so it's really a group effort. All of the instructors out here, we literally have over 55 volunteers involved in this program, teaching kids how to tie knots, how to cast the rod, helping them take fish off the hook. And so it's an all-encompassing program. It's about fishing, but it's a lot more than that.
Well, they're all just loading up on
little grunts and snappers and a whole bunch of stuff. Ooh, lots of action. There's another fish on over there at the back. You know, for many of these kids, this is the first time they're actually seeing a fish come out of the water. So for them, catching anything, even if it's small, is just pretty much a once in a lifetime experience. So Miles, was that fun today?
Yes.
What did you catch?
I caught a big barracuda.
And was this your first time fishing?
No, my
You've been fishing before? Okay, cool. What is it like?
It's really fun to go fishing because you can learn about more fishes and you can catch fish, and it's just fun to like be outside catching fish.
That's awesome. Good job today, buddy. You did awesome. That was the biggest fish on the boat. This is Miles, and this is Hooked on the Palm Beaches.
Thank you, West Palm Beach Fishing Club.